As the name implies, the Xiphos turret is deployed from air support charges when the player has the Xiphos landing craft currently selected. After a few moments after aiming at the location you want the turret to appear at, it will spawn in and open up, revealing its gun. This weapon will fire decent damage, puncture-based energy projectiles that are accurate at close range, but drastically decrease in accuracy at range. These projectiles also have travel time, so the weapon may have a hard time firing at enemies moving to the left or to the right of the turret. It always spawns at level 30 and has a weak amount of health behind a decent amount of shielding. On lower levels, the turret can last pretty long, but due to zero scaling, it quickly becomes overwhelmed by enemies that reach level 20 or above, although its shields will slowly recharge. The Xiphos turret also has a low threat level, so enemies will prefer to target players or other specters before attacking the Xiphos turret, unless the turret is nearby and especially if it is currently attacking the enemy. Since you can also only place them once every 10 minutes, its usefulness does diminish slightly. Its shield capacity and recharge rate of said shields can be boosted with a drone from a corrupted bombard or a shield osprey specter, and both will provide an additional 200 shield and drastically increasing its recharge rate. Even better, since enemies prefer to target shield ospreys specifically as they have a higher threat level for whatever reason, the Xiphos turret will remain relatively untouched by enemies unless they get close or it gets hit from an area of effect weapon like a bombard rocket that targeted the nearby shield osprey. To counter this, players can use the safeguard augment for Nez's warding halo to protect the specters, although you cannot place the halo on the turret itself. You can also banish the turret or the shield osprey, but they will not be able to deal damage to enemies as a result, and the shields will not link to players outside of the rift. With the right placing and combination of specters, players can use these turrets to provide defensive points in maps to distract and destroy weaker enemies, and can also be handy at destroying nullifier bubbles, at least how they currently exist in Warframe. And that's the Xiphos turret, a handy if not fairly weak defensive ally unit that can be deployed to assist in many mission types.